Right. Sorry if that was a little longer than usual.
Nope. I just got back. We're good.
Oh, good. Emmett had a serious case of the zoomies. We needed some play.
Good. Emmett zoomies. Without a doubt. Cool. Shall we jump on him?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh. Hey, we are back. Starting another scene with a phone going back into its cradle, and Janet walks in, not knowing that this was a startling call from the 10th floor from your alternate self, who you left behind when you used your shadow powers. Just starts talking about tomorrow's meetings.
Yeah. I think Judith just sort of stares blankly for a little bit, and then at some point says, "Janet, I need to talk to the Archivist about the seal on the 10th floor. Apparently, there's a part of me still up there."
Say again?
I just had a pretty upsetting conversation with myself on the 10th floor.
How did you leave a piece of yourself up there, may I ask? Was there I didn't know that you were adept of that type of arcane skill set?
Yeah, no, I'm certainly not. But apparently there was a point where I was trying to traverse what seemed like an endless series of trials to keep me from Director Harrison's office. And so I sort of tried to look between the illusions that form that reality, and in doing so sort of sidestepped them. And as my other self described it, I used the shadow powers myself. Not a thing I knew how to do, not a thing I know how to do. But in doing so, I guess I bifurcated myself in some way. I don't feel anything missing. But then again, how would I know? Maybe there's memories I'm not remembering. Maybe there's... Yeah, I don't know who that is. I don't know what part of me that is, but I know... It's going to sound really awful, Janet, and I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell my other self this when we encounter her, but I know she's a liability. I want to recover me so that I'm me. I don't want to leave anybody up there. But mostly, if I was able to figure out how to lock the 10th floor, I bet I could figure out how to unlock it. And I don't want my other self to be caught by former Director Harrison and forced to open a portal here.
Right. So you think... Interesting. Does this mean you were infected by the entity?
Is there a way to test it?
We'll work on that. We'll work on that. Tomorrow we have a meeting. The Philadelphia branch is arriving. They are that's a training area for agents, and where the executive assistant director of the security branch, Harlan Fowle, head of investigations, Emma Rowan, Anna Riaz, head of operations and acquisitions, and Lance Rogers, head of containment, will all be coming to report to you. Let's keep the split quiet for now, I think. Do you mind if I tell Baru about it?
They go by the Archivist now, but
The Archivist, sorry.
no, it's fine. Just trying to retrain old habits, I'm sure. No, yeah, that's exactly who I was thinking to ask. I think the Archivist needs to let us know if there is a way to unseal the 10th floor, get the me that's in there out, and seal it back up again without letting the shadow into our world. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it's possible, but we should investigate it.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you. You were telling me all sorts of things. And Janet probably realizes that the first 5 minutes of like her talking about stuff, Judith just did not take in. She had just been staring like blankly before she finally interrupted her.
You've got some meetings tomorrow. I'll brief you in the morning.
Got it.
Why don't you head home and get some rest?
I'm going to check in with the Archivist real quick, and then, yeah, sure. Let's do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to head up to the 8th floor.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's no one. I think people aren't yet working in the archive other than the Archivist, right? I think Desmond, you're killing it today.
Yeah, Desmond's other answer is exactly right. No.
Yes. Yeah, I got that up there too. Yeah, I mean, just an unsettling Old Testament angel like being still. I don't think much has changed. As she is ingesting information from the archives, it is the runes and the letters and the math of everything is crawling across her flesh. Their eyes are missing. The heads that were circling around them have become skulls and have been cleaned. The arms seem to be preserving better, and so they are. You can smell formaldehyde and other agents that are preserving the arms. And then there are the that are all rotating around the Archivist in circles, along with a ring of black fire.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. It is a lot. Indeed. Director, I hope your first day at work was informative.
That's you nailed it, Archivist. That's a very good word for it. I realize this is very short term, but I need to get an update on your progress vis-a-vis reclaiming the 10th floor and excising the shadow from it.
I am making my way through the information. I don't have a way of really gauging mathematically how much I've gone through or how much I have left, but I'm not there yet. Based on what I am pulling, when you meet with Harlan Fowler tomorrow, if Harlan has a mole in the monolith, he will bring a plan that includes subcontracting to the Bloodstone group to assault the 10th floor and destroy the entity with arcane martial prowess. If Harlan doesn't have a mole inside the building, he might do something desperate. What's
his relationship with the 10th floor, the shadow, the extraplanar entity, and all that jazz? Why would he? Is there something I should know about Harlan?
Harlan, I don't have any evidence that Harlan is contaminated. I think Harlan had other things to worry about, and so he did not, and he respects chain of command because of his military background, and so he did not challenge Harrison on his plans.
But now that Harrison's been compromised, do you think that's affecting him poorly?
I think he will be concerned about your leadership and what it could mean for the safety of the Bureau and the world.
And I assume that and I might be making a generalization here, but as a former military person, he wants a chain of command that is clear and concise and not a lot of gray areas. Everything's black and white, clear cut, and by the book, and people follow orders, and leaders are strong and say things like "hooah."
I don't know if he wants hooah, but he wants to make sure that the Bureau is in cunning hands.
Yeah. Well, you can get in line. Okay. There may be a scenario in which I want to try and open up the 10th floor to extract someone who is left up there. Is that at all a possibility, given what you know right now? You know, without letting the Shadow and Harrison free to wreck our reality.
It's possible, but it is difficult. I will continue with my research.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Honestly, I thought it was the other way around. That morale will suffer until the interdimensional horrors go away, but maybe it is the other way around. My brownies didn't do the trick. All right. Well, thank you, Archivist. Thank you, Archivist. I appreciate the insight into Harlan, and let's not make any moves to opening up the 10th floor unless we know more. Yeah, great.
They nod.
Yeah.
They say, when I was Baru Lang, that's not what they say. They say, when the world was safe for me to be Baru Lang, I had a girlfriend, and it occurs to me that someone should probably talk to her and tell her that Baru Lang is gone.
I'm sorry that didn't make it onto my list. I should have made that call this morning.
I'm kind of an edge case. I'm certainly not dead.
Do you want to be the one to talk to her?
I think that would be a bad idea.
Does the archivist have a voice that sounds like a person? I mean, did they sound like they might have sounded like as Baru? I don't know what Baru sounded like. I never met them. But, you know, do they have like...
Let's talk about their voice. I think when they talk, you can hear them, but then the heads that are circling them are also talking. So
yeah.
It's and somehow like the black fire is like sending air through the heads so that like words come out. It's a whole thing.
So they don't sound, even if their first voice is
it's unsettling as fuck.
It's similar to Baru's. It's pretty different. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great. Well, give me their contact information and I will make a call.
It is in my file.
Anything you want me to relay to them? Her?
Yeah, and I think like all the orbiting slows down and the taking in of information stops and the letters stop going across her skin, their skin, and they say, tell them that Baru Lang loved them very much, but Baru Lang is gone.
Did they know the nature of your work? Or Baru's work, rather?
No.
All right. Those are sometimes easier calls. All right. I'll make the call.
Be careful with Fowler.
He sounds like a dangerous guy.
Shouldn't he be?
I mean, I feel like we all need to be pretty dangerous to do our jobs here.
Well said.
And I realize that Judith is not following Deanna Garcia's advice of going home, but she doesn't want to end her first day with anybody left on the call list.
Yeah.
So she's going to make a call before she leaves to Baru's partner. Yeah. And at this point, she's given this speech. She's done this call a few times, you know.
Right.
And
how is this one different? I don't want to role play it. I just don't. But I guess how is this one different? Because Baru has changed and isn't dead. Like it's a different.
Yeah, I think the difference that Baru's partner can maybe detect, maybe not, but the audience certainly does, is that Judith is saying things like, Baru wanted you to know that she loved you in ways that are more personal and also more, how would you know that if they didn't get it? I think that the cadence of it sounds a little bit like, if I don't make it back, tell my girlfriend I loved her. Like it sounds a little bit like Judith was there when Baru ceased to exist, which isn't technically true, but I think it has that feeling of, it was a personal thing that the Judith like knew Baru or had contact, rather than it just being like, I regret to inform you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
And she might say too much. You know,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
might reveal too much or expose herself in that capability. And we can decide that comes back to haunt her or not another time. But
Yeah. I think like the thing she says in the conversation that is weird. And I, to be honest, like the only reason I don't want to role play it is because like I just feel like I don't know. I don't want to role play grief. Like I just
yeah,
don't want to do it. But I think the thing she says that stands out maybe to you is, you know, I knew something was wrong. I kept having that black fire dream.
mm.
And like, you know, that definitely stands out. Cool. Yeah, I think it's like fucking 7:30, right? It's just like too late to be fucking at work, but you're
Yep.
in this huge brutalist piece of architecture that is a dagger in planar reality to try to keep predatory beings out. And yeah, you're still here.
Yep. I imagine that all those notifications that were here earlier in the day have just been piling up. But I think Judith's finally gonna, pack it in for the night.
I think there's like one more Slack message that goes out. Like there are a bunch of people slamming your brownies, and a new Slack comes in from a new account called the Archivist, and I think something about it in the like software is weird, right? Like you can
Yeah.
just tell, like, oh shit, the Archivist like somehow like made their own account, and it's not normal, and it's the it's an odd thing, and and they say I like the brownies. And I think like all like it just kills the thread. It's one of those things where like people are kind of having fun goofing on the new director. It's kind of
Yep.
good natured. It's kind of fun. It's almost a human moment. And then like, oh yeah, the Old Testament creature on the third floor somehow got a brownie. Like we don't even
Yeah.
know how that happened. Like
I don't know how it worked. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
I think Judith's doing that thing where she has signed off of her computer, but she's still looking on her phone so that she can keep working until she gets to her car, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I think she's like about to walk out of her office when she sees that notification.
Yeah.
And looking at it on her phone, and it's like, well, I guess I got one thing right today, and then flips off the light to
Nice.
leave.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Shall we? We have enough time. You want to jump to the next day in the meeting with Harlan Fowler?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's end on that.
Cool.
Yeah, Harlan Fowler comes in, director of security. You know, I think Janet gives you his whole history, and it's intense. And I think at some point in one of the wars that the USA has waged in the past 30 years of real time, he encountered something paranatural and didn't totally shit the bed, and so he is considered a pretty good a very good candidate for this kind of thing. And I think he's been guarding storehouses and warehouses for a long time. There's been a lot of converted nuclear sites that now the Bureau has taken over as storage sites.
Yeah.
And he guarded a lot of the first ones, and he helped set a lot of the later ones up.
Yeah.
And he's pretty good at what he does, but he's also, you don't get to be good at doing that kind of thing without being like, he doesn't just wait for something to get in. He goes on the offense.
Sure. Yeah.
Like he does his thing by working very closely with Emma Rowan, head of investigations, and finding people who might be thieves and getting them before they even try.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think he's probably done some not so great things when you read over some of the ways that things have shaken out. I think he's been reprimanded a couple times, right? I think he's kind of a door kicker, and so you don't put door as a dear friend once said, you don't put a door kicker in front of a door unless you want the door kicked down.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think he you're all introduced. I think unlike Gal and Meadows, who were arguing and bickering as they walked up, these four do not.
Yeah.
And Emma Rowan is a former private investigator who got her job by uncovering the bureau and figuring it out, and literally going to the previous head of investigations, who probably was more of a cop, and saying,
I know who you are.
I know you're retiring next year, and when you do, I would like your job.
Wow.
She's impressive. Anna Reyes has a PhD in art history and is very good at sorting out and finding paranatural artifacts of all kinds. And then Lance Rogers is the head of containment. His family, Lance comes from a family of really prestigious sorceress and arcane background that he did not pursue, but it's kind of in his blood, and so here he is. He was a librarian at the Librarian of Congress, and it kind of led here.
Notably, or not notably, probably utterly unremarkable, but important to Judith, when they arrive, the conference door is already opened.
Yeah.
There's no door that needs to be kicked.
Yeah.
Not that, of course, that would happen, but
right.
But yeah, she I think is there. She has her notepad. She's been reviewing these notes, and she stands up when they arrive, and she walks over to the door and introduces herself. And they're all from the Philadelphia office. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So she says, "Welcome, Philadelphia office. I'm Judith, new director. Please, sorry, all the brownies were eaten yesterday. Please have a seat."
Yeah, I think they sit, and Harlan says, "Welcome to the job. We all are really impressed with your decision to seal the 10th floor. I've got, for your consideration, a plan to subcontract with the Bloodstone Group to kick that door down and kill or contain Harrison and kill the entity that is in there, or contain. I think there are ways to do this that are somewhat humane, but can keep this reality safe. And I hope you'll read it and consider it in the spirit in which it was given."
Thank you. I've had the agents appointed to the 10th floor. studying the hold that the shadow has on the space with the hopes of setting it back and sealing it off. I tell you, the thought of trying to destroy it seemed, it didn't seem corporeal enough to be contained or destroyed. But if you've got a plan for that, I look forward to reviewing it.
We deal with its paranatural qualities. I think we've got a plan for that, and it's all in the file. I don't expect a quick answer. Take your time, review it, send it to whoever you've got in the archives now, and we'll talk about it later. Is there anything you need from us to keep this building secure? You lost a lot of people.
Yep, I had to make a few phone calls. We have a hiring committee to bring on some additional personnel, and we have put a few stopgaps in place, but there are definitely entities here that I believe are only pretending to be as contained as they are officially designated. I'm sure you're familiar.
I think they all look at Lance, and Lance says the Weaver is fucking wrapped up. I mean, with those silver bands on him, it's not getting out. And Emma raises an eyebrow and says, I don't think she's talking about the Weaver, darling. And he goes, come on, we're getting into the Candleman.
Yeah, I want to, not in this very moment, but I want to explore the possibilities of sending creatures back to whatever realities and dimensions they came from, rather than keeping them contained here. I think that containment here carries a lot of risks. And I'm sure sending them back does as well. But I think some of these entities are sort of ticking time bombs.
I think they're all nodding. And Lance says, I'll have a plan on your desk by the end of the week.
I appreciate it.
Do you mind if I also have a plan for keeping them here in a way that is safe?
I mean, isn't that the current status quo?
Well, right now we're incarcerating them in a way that is safe.
Can you elucidate the difference? Illuminate the distinction?
All right. And I think Harlan does not like this theory.
Yeah.
That he's about. You can tell Harlan is
Harlan's already shot this down before.
Yeah, Harlan is on her first day, you're going to try to get this through. And he goes, I'm not getting anything through. I'm just putting it in the air. So here's the thing. Something's from another world, right? Otherworldly entities, paranatural, whatever you want to call it. But once they get here, they're a part of our world. They're in. So we can pretend that they're not part of our world. Or we can honor the fact that they're here, and our world is a nexus point for a lot of other worlds, a lot of other places, a lot of other things. And so we set up a system to assess risk and find ways, non-traditional ways, to give them what they need from our worlds in ways that are still safe to ours and the people in them. And he goes, and I think Harlan says, this is the genius who put the Candleman on a fucking train and rode him around the Midwest so he could see things. That kept him in for a long time. I think it's the pool that's the problem. right?
It sounds like, Mr. Rogers, you're entertaining a naturalization process.
This is also Judd saying, I don't want to play a game where we're sending alien creatures back where they came from right now in America. I can't fucking do it. Like there needs to be another way. And all of the things from other worlds can't just be fucking head eaters, because we have taken this adventure farther than it ever intended. I think maybe than the text really intended it to go.
Yeah.
And now we're in this place where I'm not sending people back to Venezuela. I'm just not fucking doing it. So anyway, that's
no. I could feel it as soon as you said it. I was like, yeah. So I think obviously, I think Harlan can tell that Judith is considering this probably more than he would want her to. And she says, the problem is that we don't have any way to know if these extraplanar creatures are going to play by our rules.
I think Ana Reyes says, cultures have been doing things like this since the flood. This has been happening for a long time. We can find ways to do it if we have the resources to do it. And I think Harlan says literally, I think you can tell him and Anna have a fun but grindy relationship, and they butt heads a lot. And he says, "You fucking hippie," and she goes, "Watch it, devil dog."
Yeah.
When I need a door kicked, I'll call you. He goes, all right.
I'm glad we can entertain different ideas, and I'm glad we can talk about them. It's a lot of. This is. I'm sure we all have a lot of responsibilities, and one of those is not to make rash decisions based on any particular circumstance, but the greater reality that we find ourselves in. Lance, please send me your proposal. I'm going to look at it as well.
Lance, when you send that proposal, let our new director know where we can send the ears that the Weaver will collect when we find them. So, I want to know where you're going to keep them, because those ears are your ears. And he's like, yeah, I'm not saying it's perfect. They're going to have to be, it's going to be complicated. But I'm not going to be a fucking interdimensional slaver. And I think Harlan snorts, and Emma and Anna kind of nod. And Emma says, I've got a real brief kind of overview report of the main organizations that we're keeping an eye on, if you don't mind, Director.
No, I appreciate it. That'd be great.
Yeah, she gets her files out and says, the Church of Celestial Science is a group that uses arcane methods to increase their wealth and influence through new memberships. It's a cult. And it has been in a pretty hard ascension since their new leader, Damon Landau, started in 1993. They've been pretty quiet. And I'll take a win. We've got agents within the organization, and for whatever reason that I can get into later when we delve into this group a little bit harder with more depth, the factions within the organization are canceling each other out and things are quiet. I'll take it. Bloodstone Group, Harlan, I know you like to think of these folks as allies, but I keep an eye on them anyway. Again, status quo. We are lucky that a board move to try to court the current executive administration fell through. Let's just call that lucky. Can we agree on that, Harlan? And he says, sure. If it gets us to the next, let's move on. The Panopticon is a corporate conglomerate that deals in profit stabilization and growth, harnessing resonant artifacts and paranormal forces. If that sounds horrific, it should. The good news is that we've got a junior executive who is ready to run. And we think we can bring, I think I've got an agent who can bring him in. I'll know more in 24 hours and I'll send you a detailed report then. And our good old hunters of the weird. And Harlan like scoffs. He's like, come on, these are nerds with a forum online. Does anyone even use forums anymore? I know that people don't use forums anymore. The hunters of the weird just caught something. And they're being cagey about it, and I don't know what it is. And if we don't find out, it could be dangerous because I don't know how well they can contain it. But they just went hunting and they just caught something. And I can tell that they're elated, and I don't know exactly what.
Seems like it's pretty important for us to find out what that is.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. And I think she looks at Emma Rowan, and Emma says, I've been trying to get into this group for years. I've got to tell you, I'd rather get into the Panopticon. These folks they've been doing this since the internet was founded, and they're pretty fucking cagey.
Yeah.
If there are any resources here that we can bring in, I would love some help. But I know that you all literally just like the lockdown lights are fresh from being on. So like, I get it, but
yeah. Well, I will see if we have any available resources. What is it you need to try and get in with this group? Are you trying to create sock puppet accounts that are going to pass all their tests? What is the criteria you're looking for to?
I really think I need to empower a small team to with digital investigation skills to go after this team, go after this group aggressively. And I don't have that team.
Judith is taking notes, and she, makes a little checkbox next to, digital investigation subteam,
right.
Subdivision, right? As
right.
Is this something she's got to spin up? Well, yeah. They sound dangerous, even if they are a bunch of nerds with a forum. Clearly, they're somebody we should know about their activities.
While we're in town, maybe we can sit down with Hannah. And I think like So Hannah Yu is the executive assistant director of human resources. And like, I think they say her name with the reverence, like some people would say, like, God. And like, like they just are like,
Hannah. Yeah.
like, can we talk? Can we sit down with you and Hannah? Like, it's just like, it's clearly something that people don't often get to do.
Right. Well, the number one time to affect change is when there is a change in leadership, right? That is when both when you can make changes happen. It's also when you can bring things crushing down. If you're trying to destroy an organization or trying to change it, the best time to do it is when there's a change in leadership. So I can respect that. That's getting a chance to talk to Hannah with me as the new bureau director. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It makes sense. I'm like, well, I don't own her schedule, but I'll see what we can do while you're here.
They all nod, and Janet says, the director is busy right now with several projects. We're going to we've set up some offices for you in another part of the building. Amos will bring you there. And I think like all of them have like a relationship with Amos, and so like you hear them like saying hey and talking about places to eat, and Janet closes the door and says that seemed to go pretty well.
Yeah. My only concern is we have a mole in this office.
Yeah.
Reporting to Harlan.
Yes.
Based on his reputation and his history, he was a lot more reasonable than I was expecting. But I don't know if everyone's going to think I'm actually the right person for this job once I start doing it. I agree with Mr. Rogers. I don't think extra-dimensional incarceration is really... I framed it as a security risk because that is the language I thought that Harlan would understand and appreciate. But I think there's a much bigger issue at hand, which is us just acting out of fear. And I realize we don't want our reality to end. I'm all for not ending our reality, but so far the interactions I've had with these creatures so far seems mostly one of curiosity and not one of malice. Taking ears notwithstanding.
There are texts on prison abolition that I think might be useful in forming arguments and thinking about new ways of doing things. And I think there are also some instances of anarchist cells and anarchist cultures and methods of social justice that could be helpful to look at to form some ideas. One thing I picked up from Harrison that I would like us to keep is using what he called the real world to affect the paranatural world. And I think those ideas might be helpful. I'll put some things together for you, Director.
Jen, it's like Judith is now like, this is the fourth proposal that someone has said that they'll put on her desk, and she's like, I'm reading until I'm dead.
I'm going to be watching this damn video because I'm like, I've got to look at these proposals because I have not been writing shit down. I'm like, I am the worst person in the meeting, not writing shit down. And I'm just like, I'm going to have to go through all the fucking recordings. And what I should have done is like had a little light and been like lit every time I said I was going to like get something.
You were going to do a thing?
The week, so that I could find it easily on the video.
I think it's I think it is Harlan offering a plan for the Bloodstone group to assault and contain the 10th floor. Yeah. I think it is Lance writing a proposal to return creatures back to their place of origin. I think it is Lance writing a proposal to naturalize extraplanar entities and and invite them officially to our reality. And I think it is now
Meadows had one about either sealing off or like dealing with the 10th floor.
Oh yes.
And maybe the Archivist might have also had one for opening the door for a second to get the U out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
digital investigation subdivision. Yeah. Where I think the game's got we got wheels under this thing. Things are happening. There's a lot to think about.
Nice. I think that's it. I think that's I think that's the end of the meeting. I think that's a good place to wrap.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great place to wrap. I think literally the next game will be so what I plan on doing is making some kind of roll. It might just be a D6 for like how good these plans are.
Yeah.
Where like, 1 to 2, that's a terrible idea. 3 to 4, yeah, that's all right. 5 to 6, holy shit, there's something genius in here.
Sure.
And then just going through and just being like, going through the plans and seeing how good they are. Yeah.
Well, sounds glad to give you homework.
It's literally like I'm gonna roll a d6 for each of these things and then we'll go over them. But I think it'll be fun.
Sounds great. Awesome.
It's a fun kind of homework.
Sending everyone on secondary missions a la Band of Blades. Yeah, I mean, somebody put Judith in charge of the bureau, so she's gonna leverage the resources she can. Within it.
I could also see a thing where we're like, hey, I'd like to play that. Like, and so like maybe we grab people and play it, or maybe we play it one-on-one, or maybe I don't know, like we could do a thing where you run it. Like I don't know, like we could do like I feel like we could play with this format a lot of different ways. Like each of those plans could probably be a game. And so it might be fun to look at the liminal horror framework and like make an adventure out of each one and then like play through them or something. We'll see. We'll see how they cook out. Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Awesome. Thanks to everyone for hanging out with us. This is really fun.
And thank you for your very kind comments. We love them both here and on the YouTube channel. Oh man, excamification. Yeah, you are speaking my language. You are speaking my language. Love it. And you were absolutely 100% correct, SG, without a doubt. Cool. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna put up the exit. And do not get lax about this, folks. Sign out of the guest log. Don't make Amos look for you. All right? It's not fair. It's not fair to Amos. Could you just